You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Moving on to the Big 12, man. Can we talk about Hailey Van Lith completely betting on herself, proving all the doubters wrong? Man, we got to think about where she was initially going to going to Louisville. Was, played in a couple of Elite Eights, was one of the most elite scoring guards in the country, averaged over 19 a game, was a walking bucket, was an All-American, was heavily respected. We saw her go to LSU, and everybody initially thought when her and Anissa Morrow signed, this was going to be a super team. I mean, it was no doubt in our minds that LSU was going to repeat for the title, and Hailey Van Lith was going to flourish in a new position at point guard under one of the greatest college point guards ever and one of the best coaches in the country. It didn't work out. She never looked comfortable. She never fit the system. She was like the fifth option most night, didn't get shots, had the ball taken out of her hand, lost minutes to Last Poa, got exposed defensively in the NCAA tournament, took a lot of blame, got down on herself, left, Louisville potential first-round draft pick, left LSU not even looking like she would play professional basketball, bet on herself, went to her third school in 3 years, landed at TCU with a coach that believed in her and handed the ball to her immediately, and Coach Campbell built this team around her. Sedona Prince, Maddie Connor as well, brought in some really good pieces around her. She took a chance, and it absolutely paid off, and she shut every hater down that she had, reinventing herself, proving she could play the one and run a team, and one Big 12 Player of the Year, man. Salute to Hailey Van Lith. I can't say anything more about her determination and just the courage that it took to bet on herself, put the work in the gym, and it all really started over the summer, to be honest with y'all, man. Playing in that 3v3 tournament with the Olympic team, taking some lumps, but also finding her confidence, and it was marvelous to see her playing the beautiful game of basketball that she knows how to play, just being aggressive with the ball in her hands. A change of scenery was everything, man. A program and a coach that truly believes in your game and invest in your style of play, you can't put a price on it. She went to TCU, led them to their first top 10 ranking. 2 years ago, bro, they were last in the Big 12, dead in the water. Coach Mark Campbell, who also won Coach of the Year, did an incredible job putting together this roster. Not with just big-name players, but also people and players that fit together, played the right brand of basketball, and embodied the culture that he was trying to establish out there at TCU, man. So salute to TCU. I think they're the favorite to win the Big 12 tournament, in my opinion. I see them taking it home. Hailey Van Lith, averaging almost 19 points a game, over 6 assists, career highs, shooting the basketball at a high level. She's actually having fun with the game, and you can tell, man. Horned Frog Nation really embraced her. It was like a last chance shoot situation where, if it don't work here, it's time to hang it up. She definitely made the most of her COVID year, man. I think we got to celebrate the triumphs of these players that are just continuing to persevere through the odds and beat the odds. Hailey Van Lith, definitely one of those players, man. So salute to her. I think the Big 12 was the right move. She made the right decision. And obviously, it worked out extremely well for her. Delaney Gibbs at BYU takes Freshman of the Year awards. Very deserving. She's going to be a great player for that program for a long time if she don't get snatched up in the transfer portal. Hailey Van Lith also cleaned up with Newcomer of the Year in the Big 12 as well. J.J. Quinterly takes Defensive Player of the Year. One of the best, most well-rounded point guards, straight lockdown defender on the perimeter. I think she's going to be a good WNBA player, good backup point guard that somebody could use. I'm just saying she could be one of the steals of the draft. Explosive guard, can get to the cup. Offense is absolutely there. She's a player that has gotten better every season that she's been in college. So salute to Quinterly, man. I love her game. Yaya Felder from Baylor took Sixth Player of the Year. Baylor had a slow start, definitely picked things up in the last 2 months of the season, and they could definitely be, the top competition other than Iowa State to try to, knock off TCU. Gianna Pickens took the Scholar Athlete of the Year at Utah, a team that lost Alyssa Peely, that was banged up last year, was missing their starting backcourt, and they're winning some big games, proving some doubters wrong, and putting themselves on the map, man, letting people know that just because Peely not there, Utah basketball is a brand and they're alive and well. And of course, Mark Campbell, Coach of the Year for what he did with TCU, like we just mentioned. Last but not least, certainly not least, Player of the Year in the Big Ten, Juju Watkins was a shoe in without a doubt. No doubt about it. The votes were in after they dominated UCLA twice. After she helped shut down Lauren Betts, like there was just no way. Juju Watkins went in there and snatched they chain twice. They went through the Big Ten and smacked everybody's head other than Iowa. And Juju, it was a tough loss to Iowa, a game that people didn't expect them to lose at all. But she did go up against UConn, Notre Dame as well. Like Juju Watkins was incredible. Player of the Year nationally, in that running all year as well. Incredible talent, maybe the most talented raw prospect that we've seen come through women's college hoops in quite some time. Looks like she's pro ready now. I agree with her coach, Lindsey Gottlieb, who won Coach of the Year for the conference, saying that she's the most game plan player for it in the country. I mean, Juju out there going against double teams, triple teams. She got more efficient throughout the year, cut down on the turnovers, took better shots within the flow of the offense. And I think she's at a point now where she's making players around her better. And this team has really come together around her. There were so many expectations. They had the number one class with Heckle, Kennedy Smith coming in. You also had Kiki Rafin, like the number one transfer pretty much coming in. Like USC kind of got that same stigma and treatment that LSU did, where it was like, oh, this feels like a super team. They're going to run the gauntlet. This is the most talent that Juju's ever played with. And none of that was a lie. It just took them some time to get it done and come together, man. Lauren Betts takes Defensive Player of the Year. A lot of people kind of cold on her WNBA future, man. She's coming back next year. Hopefully she develops a mid-range game because, golly, y'all, they are begging her to shoot that mid-range. We saw kind of some holes in her game when they played USC. Wanting to see her play with more aggression throughout the postseason, wanting to see her continue to block shots and be that force in the middle. But also remember, like, bro, you 6'7", get active on offense as well. Be dominant on the glass. And if teams are going to get physical with you, eat it up and get physical back, Lauren Betts. Like, we want to see that dog come out of you. But respect to her for winning Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten. And UCLA definitely in the running for a potential 1 seed. Co-Freshmen of the Year, we got Jelani Cambridge. Really, really good point guard prospect. Some of the best handles in the country. Has the ball on a string. Her and Cody McMahon were one of the best 1-2 punches in the country all year. There were some other freshmen putting up some huge numbers that kind of got talked about more. But Jelani Cambridge, I think, showed really like a really well-balanced, complete point guard with her ability to play make, but also find her own offense as well. So she will be a force to be reckoned with in the Big Ten also. Janiah Barker. Let me not skip over Olivia Olson either out of Michigan, who really came into her own through like the mid to late part of the season. Silas Swartz took the nation by storm when they almost upset South Carolina, and everybody kind of was riding that train. She slowed down. Olsen really picked it up and got better, and she let them know, hey, it's 2 McDonald's All-Americans on this team, and I can get active too. So Michigan got a really young team, but I think there'll be something to be reckoned with and make some noise next season for sure in the Big Ten. Janiah Barker, the transfer out of Texas A&M, takes 6th Player of the Year for UCLA. She could have been a starter almost anywhere. I think her offense really took a nice step this season. I think her defense, her being able to guard pretty much 1 through 5, is very undervalued. I think she's a first-round draft pick. She can absolutely get to the cup. She's got the post, fadeaway, mid-range game. She can spread the floor. Super athletic. Runs like a gazelle. has the handle to take her man off the dribble, like can play the 3 or the 4. Janiah Barker, I think, is going to be a big part of what UCLA does if they find success in the tournament. So salute to her for getting that award. And then Lindsey Gottlieb taking player coach of the year, getting the best out of her roster when it really mattered. USC peaked at the right time, took the Big Ten regular season title on the or at home or on the road, excuse me, on the road, took the Big Ten title, snatched it away from UCLA. So salute to them. Other than like the Nisa Morrow thing, I think pretty much the NCAA got it right, or the voters, I should say, got it right. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Let me catch up in the comments. I know we just kind of ran through the awards and I've been rambling a little bit. Let me catch up in the comments. And thank y'all so much for everybody that tuned in, man. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Y'all got the chat jumping. Let me catch up in the chat. Austin, welcome in. Madison Booker shouldn't be player of the year. I can't think of 5 players that had a better season than Malaysia. And Malaysia Wiley should have been first team over Sarah Ashley Barker. She's a better offense and defense. I will say Sarah Ashley Barker means a whole lot to Alabama. She had a great season. I don't know if anybody plays harder than her, but with all that being said, I could agree with Malaysia Wiley being first team, man. You got Joyce Edwards on there. Malaysia Wiley also coming off the bench. That's something that people got to realize with South Carolina players. Like, they're doing a lot with limited opportunities, bro. But Malaysia Wiley definitely first team talent. I agree. Newt, what's good, my guy? Morrow got defense and offense SEC first team. She did, and she should have took that daggone Player of the Year award too, man. So I guess that you are big bad because, oh no, I'm not mad at all, Terrence. I don't have a dog in the fight. Yes, everybody loves Juju. Hailey Van Lith putting them on notice, silencing the haters. King's Lion Crown says Morrow was absolutely flat out robbed of the award. And I'm right there with you. There's no way you watching the whole SEC season, watching LSU play and not thinking Anissa Morrow like there's a player better than what she was doing, like putting up numbers that she was putting on. She had 100 double-doubles. What else she got to do? Wesley says Van Lith, a fifth-year senior, she didn't even get an award. All right. Totally proud of Hailey Van Lith and everything she's done at TCU. She bet on herself, man. I love a good comeback story. I love a good comeback story. I love a good comeback story. Nah, Van Lith was a fifth year. She was a fifth year. She's not the only one. Georgia Moore was out there. Paige Beckers is a couple. You know what I'm saying? Troy, welcome in, welcome in. I can now wait for the women's conference and NCAA tournaments because nobody was safe ranked number 1. Nah, number 1 put a target on your back. Y'all see how long Notre Dame lasts. As far as my conference predictions, man, for the tournament, of course, Big East, I'm taking Paige Becker, Sarah Strong in the gang. They're going to run through that tournament, and UConn will take that. Notre Dame, I think they'll have a tough test if they play Carolina or NC State, but I got Notre Dame taking the ACC. USC, I think we get part 3 with them versus UCLA. And I'm taking USC, man, because UCLA obviously doesn't have the answers for the Big Ten. SEC, I got to go with South Carolina, man. Hopefully we get SC Texas round 3, and Texas could still be a very tough matchup, but I think South Carolina, they got Tournament Tessa right now going out of her mind. We saw what she did last March. I'm expecting her to be a big-time player for the rest of the season. Tournament Tessa, man, like, when y'all talk about 3-level score, when she really in her bag, when she really is just out there shooting the ball, finding her spots, and being aggressive, like Tournament Tessa for South Carolina is different. You add in Malaysia for Wiley, you add in Joyce Edwards. Like, I got South Carolina taking it, and that 2021 class keeps on winning. So those would be my picks for the tournaments. And then the TCU, I got taking the Big 12. I think Baylor's a good team that will push them to the limit. But TCU, I think, just has the most cohesive group and are playing really good basketball at the right time right now. So those would be my tournament champion picks as well for the conference. Congrats to Juju Watkins. Well deserved, well deserved. I was very hard on Lauren. RC, my guy, welcome in. I said some things I did regret saying, but I was highly disappointed in her performance. As you should. As you should. She got bullied out there. She was on a missing milk carton during a heated rivalry game rematch. Yeah, they bullied her. They stuffed her in a locker. She got a wedgie, swirly, all that. She got bullied. I ain't got no complaints with the list at all. I really don't. I like Britt Prince, the Nebraska freshman. Yeah, she's tough. She's tough. He's tough. Y'all, man, if y'all feel like anybody else was really deserving, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Yes, Lucy Olson, big season, big shoes to fill. She lived up to the hype and showed that she was good enough to play in the Big Ten, to play against quality competition night in and night out. And don't sleep on Iowa in that Big Ten tournament, man. Taylor McCabe shooting that rock really at a high level. Sydney Falter playing really good basketball as well. They got to get Hannah Stokey to continue to keep rolling. But don't sleep on Iowa, man. Addie O'Grady, one of the most improved players, could have been in that running as well. In the Big Ten, do not sleep on Iowa. Don't sleep on Maryland. Like, there's some teams in the Big Ten that could really shake some things up. These conference tournaments are going to be must-watch TV. Yes. From the start of the first jump ball tomorrow, we will be locked in on all the content. I promise y'all, we got it. Yeah, she definitely improved. She looked comfortable, got that confidence back. Nobody in the Big 12. Chris, welcome in, welcome in. Brandon, wasn't the 11 rebounds by Betts the most quietest 11 rebounds you ever seen? Super quiet. Super, super quiet 11 rebounds. Like, felt like none of them amounted to anything. And they just were so physical with her. Like, USC really laid out the blueprint. If I'm playing UCLA in any type of matchup in the postseason, conference, or NCAA tournament, I am studying Coach Gottlieb and USC's defense on Lauren Betts, because they absolutely gave the blueprint on how to beat UCLA. I'm just saying, if you get matched up against UCLA, you best be going to watch that USC game and that defense they played. Man, Iowa not going blast the Sweet 16. Iowa Hawkeyes could make a deep run to the championship game for a rematch. I don't know if they'll get back to the championship game, but I think they are going to go further than people think. Like, Iowa is going to be a tough matchup, I'm telling you. They have a veteran group, but they also have an influx of young talent. They got nothing to lose. They playing with house money right now. Lucy Olson is a big-time scorer that's played in some big games. Sydney Falter, McCabe, Stokey, like, have played in championships already. Like, this team is experienced. Coach Jensen is getting the best out of this group. Like, don't sleep on Iowa to make a run, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, do not sleep on the Hawkeyes. But give me y'all's initial takeaways from this list. Like, we've ran through them. Y'all let me know y'all's initial takeaways from these lists, man. Holler at me in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about these lists. Y'all let me know. Holler at me in the comments. Holler at me in the comments. Talk to me. Let me know who was robbed, who you rocking with. Give me your tournament predictions and all that. Let me know. Let me know. Holler at me in the chat, my people. Holler at me in the chat. Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know how y'all really feeling. Like, initial takeaways. These awards were just announced a couple of hours ago, so still fresh, but we still, we still digesting. Let me know, is anybody robbed first team, second team, player of the year? Like, who do y'all got? Let me know how y'all feel. Give me your tournament predictions. Everything that y'all are feeling right now, let me know. Holler at me. Let me know. And we got that. Let me get that new women's AP poll too, cause we got a new poll. We got a new week 18 poll. Let me get that up. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Y'all let me get that up. And y'all keep hollering at me at the comments. Like, let me know what's going on. How y'all feeling right now, man? Most unpredictable season in women's college hoops history. Anybody can take the championship. It's anybody's title right now. It's going to be down to execution and who's playing the best basketball at the right time. Telling you right now. Let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. Let me get this new top 25 up as well. Late in the season, every match matters. We're at a point where some teams, it's win or go home. It's win or go home. Some teams are on that bubble. They need one big win to get into the tournament, and they are coming for the top dogs. Love to see it, man. And the thing about the thing about the tourney too, is that the crazy thing about the tourney too is that all these teams are so familiar with one another, and it's hard to beat a team twice if you already beat them. But that is the latest women's top 25 poll. As y'all can see it, y'all see the rankings. Y'all see the rankings. Texas still at number 1, and that might be the most dangerous place to be, depending on who you ask. USC at 2, UConn high at number 3, UCLA remains at 4, South Carolina moves into the top 5, Notre Dame moves down to 6, NC State's at 7, TCU in the top 10 at 8, LSU drops to 9 after losing 2 games back to back, Oklahoma 10, Duke 11, Kentucky 12, Ohio State 13, UNC 14. After getting smacked by Duke, they dropped. Maryland climbing back up at 15. West Virginia making their debut at 16 right there, the highest they've been in a while. Baylor, another team in the Big 12. West Virginia, Baylor, definitely going to challenge TCU. Baylor at 17. Tennessee 18, Alabama 19, the Giant Slayers. Kansas State at 20, going under the radar. Don't sleep on them in the Big 12 either. Oklahoma State, another Big 12 team. Florida State in the ACC with Sanaya Latson, top scorer in the country that nobody's talking about. Creighton's in the Big East, UConn's biggest competition out there at 23. Michigan State played UCLA and USC to the wire at 24. And South Dakota State entering in at 25. Shout out to the Jack Rabbits, man, a team that I covered while I was a sports reporter out in North Dakota. If you know, you know. Dakota make you colder. But yeah, that is our top 25, and I'm looking at all those top teams, man. You go down to probably about the top. What would y'all say? That I'm still including LSU as a potential national title team, man. It really will depend on when they get Flage back. Obviously, she's out for the SEC tournament, so their chances take a huge hit. But I'm looking at that top 7 teams, man. Even NC State, who made the Final Four last year, TCU, experience, can really score the basketball, have a lot of players that have played a lot of college basketball. Very, very veteran team out there. Like, don't sleep on them. Oklahoma, Reagan Beers, Peyton Verhulst, 2 all-conference players as well in their own right. A nice 1-2 punch. You got the Van sisters out there as well. Duke, Toby Fournier, freshman of the year for the ACC. Like, it's some teams to watch. It's some teams to watch. Hey, yeah, RC, I was out there in North Dakota covering the North Dakota Bison, man. Seeing Christian Watson, Trey Lance, Hunter Licky, couple pros out there, man. And yeah, we was in North Dakota with it. I done covered ACC, out there in North Dakota, Big Sky Country. Now we in New York with it. Y'all know the vibes. We everywhere. We nationwide. Live with Brandon Blake. Yes, yes, yes. Let me catch up in the comments though. Bro, Coach Corey Close is not the answer. It's championship or bust. If she can't win a title with this current roster at UCLA, she not the one. She not the one if they don't win it this year. I'm sorry. She not the one with this roster. They are stacked. This is her best team ever. Let me catch up in the comments though. Y'all have had the chat booming. Let me see. Let me see. Wesley says TCU not going nowhere. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. And join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. We got a real member in the house, and my guy Chris Nolan. Thank you so much. Let's see. LSU Big Three is the first team SEC. Yeah, very deserving. Very deserving. I mean, they're scoring like 80% of the team's offense. Very much so deserving. When HBL goes bye-bye after the year, I'm hoping that Donovan Hunter can step up and take next for TCU. She has some potential, but just needs reps, confidence, and to be more assertive. I like it. I like it. Good take. Shout out Malaysia Fool Wiley winning Sixth Woman of the Year, deservingly so. And definitely not the first Gamecock to win that award. Second in the team in scoring. Biggest spark plug off the bench in the country, in my opinion. She should win Sixth Woman National Player of the Year as well, the Sixth Woman National Award. She is the top player off the bench, in my opinion, and would start just about anywhere in the nation. USC versus UConn. Wesley, is that your national championship matchup? Let me know. As an SC fan, I know we'll be better next year because our players will be playing. Yeah, I've been saying that. I absolutely think South Carolina will be better next year, man. Their offense will have more pop, more firepower, more versatility. Ashlyn Watkins anchoring the defense. You got got McKeer coming in. You got McDowell coming in as well. Y'all, they got two wings that are coming to come in and change the whole dynamic of this offense. Two 3-level scorers that are both 6'1", 6'2", like very versatile competitors, walking buckets. You got Maddie McDaniel, Tessa Johnson, Tournament Tessa. Imagine a year-long run of Tournament Tessa. Like Malaysia Full Wiley finally getting the keys as well. You got Joyce Edwards, Chloe Kitts coming back, Adele Tack still developing. They're still not done in the 2025 class. Like, I think South Carolina will score a lot more points. The offense will have more identity next year for them. Yeah, the future is absolutely scary at South Carolina. It's crazy to say that, potentially two-time back-to-back champs, that the roster will be better next year. But we saw them replace the freshies, go undefeated, and win a natty. So it's not out of character for South Carolina. I'm just saying. No disrespect to Breezy Hall. No disrespect to Raven Johnson if she decides to go pro. No disrespect to Sanaya Fagan, but they have players that play their position that are underclassmen that are better players right now than all three. I'm just saying. You rely on the leadership. That can't be measured in the box score. But when you talk about offensive firepower, being able to have multiple 3-level scorers out there, playing fast, not losing anything on defense, it's going to be a total youth movement. But yeah, seeing Malaysia Fulwiley and Tessa Johnson and Joyce Edwards really get active as everyday starters is going to be special. It's definitely going to be special. Yeah, I got TCU winning the Big 12 for sure. Um, let's see. HBO not ready for the WNBA. I think she ready. I think she ready, man. I think Hailey Van Lith has proven that she is a WNBA level player. I absolutely believe that. Like, she is going to be a talented backup point guard that provides instant offense and showing capability that she can run a team and that she isn't a total liability on defense as well, man. Like, Hailey Van Lith showed a lot this year. She definitely is a WNBA player, in my opinion. South Carolina Gamecocks over Longhorns in the third rematch. Yeah, I gotta take you right there with you, Cheetah. I gotta take it right there with you. I'm with you on that. I think South Carolina runs through the competition. Let me see what we got in the comments. Y'all got the comments booming. Chloe Kitts should have gotten something. If she would have played the whole year like she did the last 3 weeks, and then like the first 2 months of the season, she would have been first team for sure. She just disappeared in a too few many games. Tennessee did beat Iowa. Tennessee did play a lot of tough competition this year. They played LSU to the wire. They played South Carolina to the wire. USC Trojans versus Iowa Hawkeyes in Big Ten Championship. Hey, I would not be totally shocked. I would not be totally shocked. And let's not forget, Iowa did beat USC. Iowa did beat USC. They went to OT with Tennessee. If that full court press and if they could have took care of the basketball and handled that full court press, They would have beaten Tennessee as well. Chloe Kitts is Hersky. Yeah. RC not feeling like Iowa's getting that love. Iowa not getting any love. Got to play immediately. No bias. No cruising to a title. And we got to remember, man, Iowa won this tournament last year. Brandon, where do you think Aaliyah Chavez will head to school? I'm really excited to see. I think it's going to be hard to get her out of Texas, man. We saw that Texas Tech was willing to give that softball pitcher to transfer from Stanford to Mill on the softball pitch, on the softball field. So ain't no telling what they'd be willing to throw the number one ranked high school women's basketball player in the country. Texas is all in on her. South Carolina don't lose out on too many recruits. So it's definitely going to be a race. I think if NIL is truly a huge part of what she's trying to do, which it seems like that's the word, I think it'll be very surprising if she gets out of the state of Texas between Texas Tech and UT recruiting her. Okay, LSU versus USC matchup in the Final Four, major. Chicago Cheetahs got SC repeating as champs. Clara Strack was definitely impressive. She had a really good season. Her and Tiana Key. Tiana Key, man, I was mad that she left North Carolina, man. I love my heels, but she really has flourished under Coach Kenny Brooks. I gotta salute. It was the right move. It was the right move. A lot of these transfers went to other conferences and dominated, and a lot of these teams went to other conferences and dominated. Like UCLA and USC jumped into the Big Ten and already owned it. Hailey Van Lith was great. Georgia Moore played in a new conference. Strack. Like there was a lot of players that were in new conferences or on new teams this year that really balled out. Like the transfer portal was really dope this year. I ain't gonna lie. Shania Barker, another transfer that won an award. Like there was a lot of transfers that put in work this year, man. My question to y'all is, who is the biggest robbery? Is it Anissa Morrow not winning Big 12 or Big or SEC Player of the Year? Like, is there a bigger robbery? Let me ask y'all. Let me put a poll in the chat. Let me put a poll in the chat. Y'all let me know. Holler at me in the comments. If this is your first time, welcome to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Y'all know the vibes. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like, share, all that good stuff to stay up with all the latest and the greatest. And follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. You dig? Was Anissa Morrow the biggest robbery of all the awards? I think she should have won SEC Player of the Year. Okay, let me get a poll. Let me get a poll. And y'all let me know. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Was Anissa Morrow the biggest robbery of all the awards, or did something else rub you the wrong way? Y'all let me know. Yeah, bro. Kyrie is literally my favorite player in the NBA. Excuse me. I love Kyrie Irving. I'm a huge Kyrie fan. I hate that he tore his ACL. That trade is looking worse by the day. Anthony Davis been hurt. Kyrie done tore his ACL. Clay is washed. Like the Mavericks are down in the mud right now. Word to PJ Washington. While the Lakers looking like they about to win the West, man. Luka and LeBron look unstoppable. Reeves is out there. Rui Hachimura is out there shooting the rock lights out. Like that trade is just looking worse and worse by the day, RC. Oh my gosh. It is looking worse by the day. Man, who knew Dallas went from WNBA or the Mavs went from NBA finals to tanking for Cooper Flag and the Cooper Flag sweepstakes in a matter of months. Never seen a fall off that bad. Let me see. Country Notary, welcome in. Speaking of Tar Heels, what do you think about... Yo, I love Maria Gagnang's game. She has developed so much over the last 2 years. I think the emergence of her has really helped deal with the injury of Utsby, but also has kind of leveled that loss of Deja Kelly, who was a big-time scorer, number one scorer for them. But Maria Gagnang has really stepped up big. Man, she had like a 23 and 21 game the other day. She's been elite on the glass, blocking shots, super skilled on the block. Like, her offense is really developed. I think she could be a pretty good player, man, in the WNBA. I think she's just scratching the surface. She was relied upon to take on a bigger role for Carolina, and she has absolutely been a big reason why they spent a lot of the year in the top 10. I'm a big fan of Maria Gagnang. Good motor, mobile, plays hard, high IQ. I'm a big fan. Saheed, my guy, welcome in, welcome in. Austin says once Malaysia Fulwali gets more efficient and gets the keys to SC, she could beat C Player of the Year and AP All-American First Team. She definitely has the talent. I need Malaysia Fulwali and Joyce Edwards to be getting damn near 30 minutes a game, if not more, next season. I agree. And she can play any guard position. People swear she's not a point guard, but she's capable of running the team if she needs to. But she's also a walking bucket, so she can play off ball as well.